Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, it's almost the end of April. It's getting close anyway, and that only means one thing: galaxy season. So tonight it looks like it's going to be clear around 11 o'clock. I'm going to bring my stuff out. I'm going to get set up and shoot some galaxies. So why don't you come with me and let's see what we can see. Okay, so I got my telescope set up. So this is my 8-inch Celestron Nexstar 8 SE, 8 being the aperture. I got an Orion guide scope and my QHY guide camera that I'm going to be using tonight. I just did a quick kind of declination balance just to make it a little bit quicker later on. I haven't balanced the RA yet, the right ascension, and as you can see, I'm going to be using my new Altair Astro 183C. The really good thing about this is that it's got a smaller field of view than my DSLR, so I'll be able to get even closer in to the pictures of galaxies. And on my filter drawer here, I took out my my Optolong L enhanced, and I just put in the Optolong CLS CCD filter just to help block out some of the light pollution, because I'm going to be shooting to the south, which is into the light dome of Bradford, Aurora, Richmond Hill, and Toronto. So hopefully, if and when the clouds pass, I just got everything set up kind of primarily just in case it doesn't pan out. I can just tear down fairly quickly. But I've done a not a balance. Well, yeah, not a balance. Yeah, I guess a balance. No, not a balance. Level. That's it. Holy brain fart. So yeah, I just did a level. There's a bubble level right here. Usually I use an actual level, but they're very, very close. So hopefully the ground isn't too wet that it's not going to sink and sink too much and throw the level off, because it did rain earlier this morning. So I'm going to do a balance here on the RA and finish up balancing the declination as well. And so that way when I put everything on, I just might have to make just a few little tweaks here and there, nothing major, and I can do that in the dark with no problems. So so hopefully here when the clouds pass, and hopefully the wind dies down. We're getting gusts sometimes 15-20 kilometers an hour, what the forecast is saying. So hopefully the wind dies down, and I can get to imaging some galaxies. I'm either thinking of M106 in Canes Venatici, that's fairly close to the Big Dipper, or doing in the Markarian's chain. There's a couple of galaxies there that I might get as well, or as my main target. And then I think I'm going to try and bring out my wide field setup as well, and do some wide field of Markarian's chain at about 200 and 250 millimeters. So we'll get back to you here in a little bit. I'm going to go inside and get everything else ready, and plan out my imaging session and come to a decision what I want to shoot, and we'll go from there. See you in a bit. Well, this sucks. I was hoping the rain would pass, but it didn't. And I got my telescope covered with a barbecue cover and a plastic garbage bag. So I hope that everything is staying dry under there and that cover stays on. It should. I anchored it down to one of the locks for the legs. So we'll see once this rain passes. It's supposed to pass in about 20 minutes or so. So let's see. Hey everybody, it's the next day. Oh, there's one of my dogs. Wants out. Anyways, I just wanted to bring you this video. It's obviously it's the next day, but no scope. I had to tear down last night after that rainstorm. Brief little rainstorm came in for about half hour. Luckily, I was able to cover everything, but the wind was just absolutely horrible. My guiding was all over the place. Usually I don't get affected by wind too much here, even if there's like a 10-kilometer breeze. But last night we were getting gusts up to, I think, about 30 kilometers an hour. So it was, the night was pretty much unsalvageable after the wind came up. But the forecast for tonight doesn't look too bad. Keeping an eye on it, but knowing my luck, I'll have to wait. The clouds will come in, and night will be ruined. So I'm going to play it by ear, and if it doesn't happen tonight, I'm going to do it the next available clear day. So we'll be in contact with you here in a little bit when I finally get a day or a night that I can get out an image. Talk to you in a bit. Hey everybody. Well, that night did not go as planned. It's been actually a week to the day that I was all set up for the Black Eye Galaxy, and yeah, the tracking was absolutely horrible because of the wind. We were getting, gusts 20-25k. Like I said, I normally don't get affected by wind here because I'm kind of, as you can see, I'm kind of surrounded by trees, and we normally get a west wind, which that way was facing. But anyway, got my tripod, my mount set up. Let's see, get a better camera angle on there. There we go. So yeah, fingers crossed tonight's the night, and I'll get going on the Black Eye Galaxy, which will be in that direction, which is south by southeast, and then it tracks to the south, and then it's going to fall to the west. But anyway, I'm also going to try and do a couple of test shots on the Leo triplet, seeing if I can get it into my field of view, because the camera is so zoomed in, which narrows my field of view. But yeah, I think I should be able to do it. I got it all planned out and inputted into APT with the help of Telescopius for planning and orientation and all that. That's a great app. So if you're into astrophotography and you're watching this channel and you're watching this video, I highly recommend that you check out Telescopius. It's free. You just sign in, make an account, and you can pick which cameras you have, all your equipment, and it'll show you the approximate field of view. You can do mosaics. You can set all that stuff up for mosaics and all that. So yeah, I'll check back in here in a little bit, and hopefully we'll have a thumbs up, go for launch, and get us some galaxies, since it's galaxy season. So anyway, we'll talk to you all in a bit. You're probably looking at my scope saying, why the heck is it facing like that? I'm getting set up to do my polar alignment. I use an app called Polar Finder, and inside there's a radical, and it has I guess it has the night sky in there, kind of like it has a couple of constellations. But anyway, I use this app to polar align. So there's a graphic inside here, inside the polar scope, that I have to match up with whatever the app says. So in order for me to do that, I got to rotate my scope so the graphic inside the polar scope matches what the app says. So that's why it's in such a weird configuration. So just wanted to give you a quick update. It's almost dark. Probably another 10-15 minutes until I see Polaris, and I'll get polar aligned here hopefully, and then wait a little bit more to get for it to get a little bit darker, and then we'll start shooting some galaxies. Hey everybody. Um, Again, it's been a while. I was out the other night, and needless to say, I was able to capture some data, um, but I was having like lots of issues. Um, I was having tracking issues, guiding issues. I still have to figure out all the nuances with this camera. Um, I had stacking issues, but I was finally able, with a little bit of research and asking questions in chat groups and all that, um, about Deep Sky Stacker, that that I was able to finally get the images stacked. Now, the thing in Deep Sky Stacker I was running into the problems is it wasn't picking up stars. Like, it wasn't detecting any stars. There's a star detection threshold slider you can use to enable the software to detect stars in order to stack, and it wasn't detecting any stars. So there were a few settings I had to mess around with, and to try and get it to detect some stars, and I finally did. But when I went to go add flats, it wouldn't work. It I could load my darks, I could load my subframes, it would detect stars and all that. But as soon as I put in my flats, it wouldn't detect any stars. So so yeah, it's been a bit frustrating, trying to get this stuff to all work um, together, and get a picture out to everybody here. But needless to say, I was able to get something. Um, it's not my best work. It's not my worst work, and you can definitely see there's detail and everything in the spiral arms and all that, and you can make out, the dark little patch close to the core that makes it looks like a black eye. So yeah, I'm happy with it. Am I 100% happy with it? No. Could I do better? Yes. And that is where, learning about this stuff and this whole journey comes into play. So I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to leave you with a picture of the Black Eye Galaxy, which is M64. I hope you enjoy it, and thanks a lot.